Hello friends, welcome back. So we will be picking up exactly where we left off last week. We're going to make a stop in Grenfell to see what's probably the best silo art we've seen so far. The mural actually tells a story of the local farming landscape here in the Western Shire, but at night it turns into a 15-minute light show that moves through the colours of the day from dawn to midday to dusk, which makes the whole artwork feel completely different again. It's absolutely brilliant. We were really looking forward to seeing this one at night, and it turned out to be such a special stop. So come with us and we'll show you why.
My skin likes your skin. Your scent draws me in. Hope you'll leave some behind whenever you go. Your hand seeks my hand. No, you'll leave me a mess, but I hope for the best. Don't know what you want. How can't you see what is right in front? Or is there something else that you need? 'Cause you might just lead me on. Please don't take me too far. If we'll be what never was.
So how did you like the light show? Let me know in the comments if you thought it was impressive as I thought it was. So, we're now here in Young. I'm really excited about this one, guys. As you can see, we're in the old train station where the big cherries are. It's actually no longer a train station though, it's the information centre now. It is a beautiful old building, so do go in and have a look if you come to Young. There's plenty of parking here, and there's also space for you to put your van if you have that on board with you. Now, let me tell you why Young excites me so much. When I was growing up, we lived here in Young for a while. It was a really long time ago. I want to say early 80s perhaps. I did go to school here for a while, and it's also where I began playing netball at around age 5 or 6, maybe, I think. But it's something I played all my life until I was in my 20s anyway. Things have changed quite a bit here in Young, unsurprisingly, of course. But we're going to have a drive around and I'm going to reminisce about cherry farms and picnics in the Chinese gardens and the awesome parades they used to have around festival time. Maybe they still have them. I should find out. I was pretty young when we lived here, but I have such fond memories of our time here and I've wanted to come back for such a long time. So let's take a walk down memory lane and go have a look around. And I'll just apologise now if some of you may find this episode not so interesting as others. But this one's for my family and for me. So yeah, I guess I don't apologise. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it.
Headlights on the highway. If you only knew, being back here always makes me think of you. When the world is sleeping, do you think of me? With the road lights coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago.
Well, we're coming up onto Back Creek Road, the road that we used to live on. And wow, isn't it funny how things you remember in your mind as a kid are just so different looking from your older self perspective? This is definitely one of those moments for me. If any of my cousins are watching, do you remember the Christmas we all spent here? 4 families all cozied up in one house. What a fantastic time that was. Well, that's how I remember it anyway. So this is the house that we used to live in. And it doesn't look too different aesthetically. They have taken out all the lovely trees in the front garden, but it's just so small to how I actually remember it. I remember feeling like it was a never-ending castle. There have definitely been some big changes in this area, that's for sure. The house next door to us on the other side, the one we're about to go past, that was there. But beyond that, all it was cherry farms and dirt roads. And out the back of our house, we had a really big garden with a fenced off, like, veggie garden and an old chook pen, I think. Not that we had any chooks in there, but there was a back gate that we would go through and that would let us out into the farmer's paddock. And we used to take our bikes down through the paddock and end up on the lane below. It was just a dirt road lane. And we used to ride down there and it just felt like the absolute middle of nowhere. Only farms and dirt lanes all around. And I remember there used to be stories going around the neighbourhood kids that if you rode your bike past one of these particular farms, the old farmer would come out on his tractor and let his bulls out to chase you away. Well, one day we all decided to be brave and test this theory out. And what a fright we got when we actually saw the farmer heading down the paddock on his tractor. Had us all hightailing out of there, quick sticks. Hilarious. I'm sure he was just going about his normal business, but we thought it was all real and we hid for a couple of hours in someone's house after that. Anyhow, all this land that we're going past now, this is how I remember it. This really looked like our backyard. And this lane that we're coming up on is Petticoat Lane. It's one thing that looks to have not changed much at all. It looks exactly how it looked when I remember it. And the farm I was just talking about was on the right-hand side here. So you can imagine as kids riding along this lane how far away from home it all felt. It's nice to see it again, actually.
I remember the long drives, the late nights Windows down, empty streets. You were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever ago.
So we've come out to the Chinese Tribute Gardens, just a little bit outside of Young. It's a beautiful area. You can have a picnic here or a barbecue. You can take a nice walk around the gardens, or just sit and look at all the beautiful birds and take in all the peaceful surroundings. Unfortunately, though, it wasn't always like that here. Back in 1861, during the Lambing Flat Gold Rush, things really did turn very ugly here. Chinese miners were targeted by angry mobs and they were forced to flee for their lives. It was really a very sad time and troubling time in the area's history. You'll also see references to the Lambing Flat flag out here, which became a symbol of the riots, and there were plenty of anti-Chinese speeches at that time that helped stir up even more anger. Today, though, this is a peaceful place. It's just a reminder of that history and of the people who went through it. So let's take a look around. Okay, so we're going to saute our our leeks, our carrots and our celery in about 3 tablespoons of butter. I did get a couple of bits of bacon in there, but pretend you don't see those. And you just want to do this just until they're nice and soft. They're coming along nicely, so I'm going to get my bacon in there now. I bought this bacon from a local butcher and it's smoked, and oh my goodness, it smells amazing. Delicious. Okay, let's just cook that off for a little bit now. Okay, that is all beautifully soft. Now I've put 4 tablespoons of flour into here, of butter into here, so I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of flour. Stir that around, let that coat everything. Okay, in with 2 cups of chicken stock. And about the same of milk. And believe it or not, this is nearly done. At this stage, if I had fresh thyme, that's what I would be putting in. But I don't, so today I'm using dried. And you want a good whack of that. You really want this to be thyme flavoured. If I've got lemon thyme, I'll also use lemon thyme. But today I just have dried thyme, pepper to taste. If you don't like thyme or you don't like herbs, leave it out. But I promise you it is better with it. As you can see, that's starting to get nice and thick now, which is what we're looking for. Do not bring this to the boil, guys. You just want to thicken it, you don't want it to boil. If you boil it, there's a possibility you'll split it. You can just slightly bring it to so it starts to simmer a little bit. As you can see, that's what it's doing now. So I'm going to add my chicken now. And I'm also going to add the peas now as well. Give that a really good mix in. Now this looks quite wet, but trust me, it does thicken up once it's cool. But that's it. That is my chicken pie mix. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Let's turn the heat off on that now. You really can't get much better than that, can you? Yum. Like I said, put it in a pie, have it as a casserole, put it with some pasta, some rice, even just some bread. Sop all that beautiful goodness up with some beautiful crusty bread. You cannot go wrong. I really hope you try this one, guys. I think you'll like it. We're going to leave this one here this week as we start our drive on to the next stop. We hope you enjoy this episode. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it. See you next week.
Let's get the truck out of here. Bye-bye. Beautiful red belly. Off he goes. Look how good they are. Cute, long.